still a weird view. I think we're here, actually.
Are we?
I don't know. I don't have a freaking clue. The green thing is moving in the correct way, so I'm going to assume we have sound.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike last week.
Oh, and what did you do with the little box that was here?
I didn't touch the little box. I just clicked the button. The box has disappeared. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Oh my gosh. Bless me. I don't know where the little box went.
It's gone.
I'm hiding behind the giant cup, Silent. We must exist, so...
Apparently.
Supposedly. I don't know what to... I wish I could say, hey, I don't know what to go... Because I'd like to...
Yeah,
start.
I know.
But I know you have to click around.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we get here early. Can we do the intro and then I'll talk and you can click
Go
around?
ahead.
Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lords.
John Brownstone.
Of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our weekly live stream while we record our podcast, the audio version of which hits all major podcast apps every Friday. We're technically, as of the moment of speaking, here a minute early, but we were here a couple minutes early. We're going to take a few minutes to get warmed up and all that. So if you're here for the live stream, and you don't like idle chit chat, you got a few minutes. If you're here after the live stream, but before I put in timestamps, and you don't like idle chit chat, fast forward by a few minutes. You found it, so you don't have to click around.
Correct.
Good. I
do need to go in search of my drink.
I did notice you did not have one.
Yeah.
I have a Diet Coke bigger than my head.
You do.
On purpose. This is my emotional support Diet Coke. I'm going to say hello to folks. Hi, Base Eats. Hi, HM. Hi, Silent. You don't have a wrench, but you have a shield? I don't know what that thing is. Hi, Claire. Hi, Dorina. Hi, Dirty Stoner Hippie. You know, Silent, his shirt, I'm going to take partial responsibility for because I found it when I was shopping for shirts online and went, oh my gosh, this is you. And he went, oh my gosh, yes, it is. And then I offered to order it for him. So it's partially my fault. Hi, Nikita. So, yeah. If things look different, they're meant to. We're playing with the lighting a bit. My next goal, which is not for this week, is to play with camera angle. But we shall see. doing these things slowly and one at a time. What have you got for the butt rub?
Nothing.
You actually, to my mind, disappeared on me this morning.
Yep.
So I'm here in the office working on stuff, and I look outside and the shop is open, the door's open, and the last time I remember seeing JB, he had been walking in the direction of the shop in our backyard. So I needed to go grab something out of the shop, but I was like, oh, well, I'll stop and say hi. He was not in there. You'll know what this means when I say it. I walked around the outside to see if you were outside of the shop in the back.
Yeah.
You were not there.
Nope.
And so then I walked back into the house and I'm like, where the hell did my husband go? And I didn't hear any sound coming from the garage, so I checked to see if he was in the bathroom, because of course I did. And then I ducked my head into the garage and he was quietly working. There were no tools running. He was not singing to the neighborhood. It's like, I thought I had lost you. I did not know where you were.
No, I was focused.
Clearly. So focused you weren't even singing.
No. I just wanted to get that shit done and have it ready.
And did that work for you?
We'll see.
We'll find out. Oh, Ella's in here with us. This should be fun.
Yeah, she's here somewhere.
She's right down here, buddy.
Okay. Lola's sound asleep on the sofa.
Good for her. I guess if you don't have anything for the butt rub, I guess that's enough.
Yeah.
As you could tell from the title, we're just chatting. Consider this like an extended bonus section. We are going to take questions from the live chat if you are watching live, if you're here for the actual live stream. Hold those questions for a second. We'll get into what to do and how to do it in just a minute. But yeah, it's low key. There are reasons. I'll mention that in a couple minutes. If you enjoy this, love a thumbs up. If you like it enough to want to come back for more, please consider subscribing.
And once you subscribe, go ahead and ring that notification bell to get updates and new content.
Sure, just do what Daddy says. I think that's it. I will do this for y'all live chat. I'll probably repeat this later as we get further in, but we are doing Silent mentions it in the live chat. I think this is more of a monthly hangout pregame, kind of. I don't know if I have enough energy for the full chaos, but there is now an Ella sighting. So this is like what we do on the Friday night live stream, which is also this week. I would not normally do Q&As twice in a week, but here we are. But ideally for folks who cannot go to the Friday night live streams, but you make it to the Wednesday middle of the day live streams, hopefully if you've got a question, you can ask it. To ask your questions, you'll tag us in the question at Loving BDSM, all one. It'll light up for us. Your question must fit within the character limit of a single live chat message. If it takes more than one, this won't be the venue for it. You can use our contact page on our website. Website's linked down below to submit it that way. And if we do not answer your question when you think we should answer it, do not spam the live chat. Silent said at the top, she did not feel good and she's cranky. So she has our full support and blessing to take care of spammers in whatever way she needs to. You could start asking your questions if you want. We're not going to get into the Q&A quite yet. We got to bring the podcast audience in. I got a few things I want to run down, and then we will chat in between. So there's no pressure for questions, but if you want to ask a question, feel free. Ella is purring like crazy and is going to rub up on the keyboard now. Okay, if you would like, as you're scratching Ella's butt, to click the magic button, and we will get this show on the road. I wonder how long she'll stay up here. But you'll have to click the button to let the podcast folk in. We hadn't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
I stopped you.
You did.
Which I don't normally do.
No, you don't.
Okay, before we get into the chatting, the potential questions, I did have a few things I wanted to run down. One, our Patreon membership drive is still going. It runs through the end of February. If you join in the month of February, you will receive something fun in the mail. Should be by April is the timeline we're trying to work on. If you're in the $2 and the $5 tiers, you'll get a Loving BDSM sticker pack. Some of these things they're not available for purchase. You're only getting them because you're part of our Patreon. And if you're in the $10 tier, you get the sticker pack and an enamel pin, PIN pin. This week I was supposed to but my plan was to finalize that artwork and order it and show the Patreon folk what the pin is. And this week has not gone to plan. So maybe later this week, by the time this episode's out, maybe ideally, if not, then early next week. I already know what it's going to be. I just haven't done the work of it yet. If you join our Patreon as an annual member, which means you pay once and then you have a year's worth of access, you'll get 2 months free for signing up during our membership drive. That means you pay for 10 months of access and you get 12 months of access. Part of our Patreon, we have our Discord server for as long as that will work. It's now that it's coming out that they might do the Face ID thing. I haven't even read about it. I've just heard about it. I gotta go. I got thoughts. But for right now, we're on Discord. And you get access to a monthly behind the scenes podcast episode where we focus on what's going on in our relationship. And we alternate every other month, game night and movie night. This month, February, is game night. We'll play an online version of Cards Against Humanity. So patreon.com/Kayla Lords, or the link is in the places. If you're not already a member, we would love to have you. If you are in a position where you're like, I am too fucking broke for this, that's cool. I get it. Believe me, I get it. you can, if you are so inclined, you can show your support in a lot of ways that don't cost a penny. If you are listening on a podcast app, please rate and review if you have not already. That helps people find us. If you have a group chat or a Discord or a whatever with other Kinksters, and there's some episode that you're like, oh my God, this was helpful, here, feel free to share your favorite episodes with your kinky friends. On YouTube, liking, commenting, those things do help. So yeah, there's plenty you can do. Doesn't require spending any money, and it does help us out. So that's the Patreon membership drive. The other thing, we have a few days left as of the day of recording, that's Wednesday, February 11th. We have a few days left of our sale at the Kinkery, thekinkery.com. It's our Kinky Valentine's Day sale. You get 15% off with the code KinkyLove26. That's all one word. It's the numbers 2 and 6. I'll put that in the places for anybody who's like, I'm not going to remember that string of letters. What? It's in the places. 15% off your entire purchase. We did restock, and we have almost everything left. Last live stream, we talked about a brand new toy that is my favorite. It's called the Thumper. We have already sold out. And I've already had people going, when will these be back in stock? And I'm like, I don't know.
They will be.
I know. I did promise that. I'm like, they'll come
back.
They will be. I just don't know.
They absolutely will be.
But on our website, if you were like, I wanted the fucking Thumper, there'll be a button that says email notification thing. Email me when these are back. That is all that email is used for. We don't use the email that you share there for marketing or anything. You will get an email when we restock. But yeah, thekinkery.com. The sale runs through Saturday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So even podcast listeners, if you're listening on the day this comes out, sale is still going. The coupon code is KinkyLove26, 15% off. Okay, next thing on my list. It's chatty. I get it. And it's not announcements. It's just stuff. So, podcast listeners probably noticed they did not get a Monday Q&A episode this week of recording. You got a Tuesday episode. That is because on Friday I went, I should get the Monday episode ready, and then didn't. And then Monday I went, it's Monday, I need to do that episode, and then didn't. And then Tuesday I went, oh shit, I'm late.
And then
that's when JB went, oh shit, I haven't edited that episode yet.
Nope.
At the same time, YouTube folk, you're like, what Monday episode? Right, because we recorded the video, which uses a different audio, blah, 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 than the podcast. That was recorded in total silence. It was not working. Oops, our bad. I do not have it in me to try to do the matchup between the video and the audio. I was like, so I put a poll out on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Ella, for putting your butthole in my face. I put a poll up on YouTube of, okay, would you just like the link to the podcast episode on our website? Or do you want me to make a air quote video that's not really a video because it'll just be a picture, probably of us looking at each other like we're crazy. And then it's the audio playing. Overwhelmingly so far, the poll has said, please just do that. So that's coming. And that works because next Monday, there's not going to be an episode. The reason this is a chatty bonus section-esque episode is because that's all I have the mental energy for. And there are reasons. It's not just me like being, I just didn't feel like it. No. There's stuff going on. So yeah, there won't be a Q&A episode next week. YouTube folks, you will get we're going to call it a video, but it's not a real video that you should have gotten this week. You'll probably get that next week. So... 2 things I want to bring to everybody's attention that we talked about a couple of weeks ago already. I just don't want it to get forgotten. First of all, I've watched several videos this week out of Minnesota where they're like, yeah, you don't see the same kind of videos from us anymore, but that doesn't mean the problems with ICE have stopped. Mm-hmm. It's just a little bit lower key. So I just want to remind anybody who's like, I really wish I could help with that. I don't know what to do. I wouldn't know where to start. Standwithminnesota.com is still a really good resource where there's all kinds of opportunities to help. The thing that I have learned from watching people online talk about activism and getting involved is do not try to do it all. Just pick a thing, Don't spread yourself too thin. Anything you do that you've never done before is more than they've had before. So find a thing that's, helping people, pets, need help now that their people have been, detained, or helping people pay their rent because they can't go to work, or whatever your thing is where you feel compelled. If that is where you'd like to put time, energy, and money, just pick one. Cool. The other thing is, if you are a Floridian and you care about LGBTQ plus issues, communities, laws, legislation, all the shit that is happening in Florida, I'm beseeching you to follow or check out Equality Florida. I am getting emails and social media posts left, right, and center about the anti-LGBTQ plus community legislation coming through the Florida legislature. They'll have petitions for you. They'll have things you can actually do. If you don't have time, but you got $10, that will help them do their job. If you are not in Florida, I said this when we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I'm just saying it again. Go search your state name and the word equality and find your organization in your state and see what's going on in your state. Ideally, you live in a place where not a lot's going on, but if you if you live in a red state, I promise you something's going on, and it's just not making news most of the time. Again, if you have the time to do petitions or to call or this or that, great. If you don't have time but you got cash, $10 goes a long way. But yeah, it's Florida is just heating up with how shitty can we make life for certain people in our state. And
for everybody, really, with this session.
It does all turn into everybody. Everybody ends up being affected, but whatever. So I just wanted to put that back out there for anybody who may be interested. If you missed that episode from a couple weeks ago, because I'm like... there was no title to indicate what the hell we were talking about. Feel free, go back to listen to that one if you'd like. So that's just the stuff I wanted to make sure I said before we get into whatever. Also, I'll tell you why I know I'm giving off different energy than usual, because if I can feel it, I know you can feel it. I am drinking from my emotional support Diet Coke. It is the Racetrack Large, and because I go to racetracks so often, I've got rewards. I'm in a tier 4, I think. I get 4 free fountain sodas a month. And like at 500 more points, I get a free drink every time I go in. I don't think I should be allowed to have that much power.
No.
I just be at racetrack every day getting time.
Take your keys away from you.
Whatever works. No, so without going into too much detail, we have a family member who we went to visit in the hospital this past weekend. They'd taken a bad fall, broken stuff, blah, 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 but they are... I always call them medically fragile. They have a lot going on in their life. And they had surgery on Monday, and things did not go well. And next thing I know, they're in the ICU, and another family member's like, oh my gosh, this is bad. My mom's like, I'm getting in the car, I'm coming. We've been monitoring. I'm getting updates a few times a day. It's already sort of stressful to like know that you've got this family member that's like that we literally just saw on Sunday, and they weren't doing amazing that day, but we had 2 hours of conversation. It was like old times, but they're also somebody that I am emotionally conflicted about for reasons. And so it's like, okay, I will worry about this family member. I will worry for my mom, who I know is freaking out. And also, I don't know how I'm supposed to feel because everything is weird now. And so I've just been living with my phone in my hand, waiting for updates, trying not to focus on that too much. There's nothing I can do. I'm not going to go be an extra body up in the ICU. That's never been my vibe anyway. And then I have my own stuff to face with, feelings and familial relationships that are strained, and all the fun stuff. So yeah, that's my vibe is off for that. My ability to focus the way I'd like to focus on a topic, it just ain't here. Yes, we are aware we could have taken this week off, and y'all are fully supportive and would have understood. If I had to just sit and stare at the wall for today, I think I would be worse of a basket case. It sounds like things are not, they're not out of the woods yet, but things are better. So we're going to go see the oldest in concert tonight. We wouldn't even commit to that until I got the last update from my mom today. And I was like, okay, I do not anticipate being called in to like, you've got 20 minutes, get your ass here kind of call. So that feels better. So yeah, it's just very low energy, lots of emotions. And so, that's why it's low key, and that's why I'm probably off. If it's your first time ever like encountering us, it's not usually like this. I'm usually talking so fast I can't keep up with my own thoughts. There's usually a topic. So Silent in the live chat's like, so YouTube keeps changing shit.
Yeah.
And so our moderators, hi Taishu and Silent, used to have like a little wrench by their name. And now the wrench is gone. And it looks like a shield. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yeah.
It looks like
a shield. Does. Or a badge.
Yeah, it's funny every time I open YouTube, something is a little different. And I'm like, y'all could have sent an email. All the emails you send me about shit I don't care about. Changing how things look. Just tell me. Some of us don't handle change very well. So I think a couple of questions have come through live chat, but I have to go search for them. Let me remind y'all, if for anybody joining us watching the YouTube live stream, if you need to ask a question, please tag us at Loving BDSM. And please make sure your question can fit into the character limit of a single message in live chat. Oh, also, I remembered to click the button. Our fundraiser for the campaign for Southern Equality is still going on. We hit our goal last week. Thank y'all to everybody who's already donated. I just want to see how much we can do. And for the Kinkery, we are donating 5% of all the sales that are made during our sale. All the orders that are placed during our sale, 5% will go to the campaign for Southern Equality. That is an organization that helps the LGBTQ plus community in the South, in southern states, where rights and access are being stripped away near daily. Helps them get the resources they need. Provides direction, provides advice, provides grants. Our family's been the recipient of one of their grants. And so I just want to try and give back as best we can. So if you're currently watching on YouTube, or podcast listeners, you are so inclined to come over to YouTube, you can donate directly through the fundraiser. That money goes straight to them. It's not coming through us. YouTube takes care of it. And YouTube does not charge fees for that. If you want to get something for your donation, you can shop at the Kinkery, thekinkery.com through Valentine's Day, and 5% of your order will go to them. Okay. I'm going to scroll through live chat if you would like to chit chat while I scroll.
Me chit chat? What universe are you from?
You chit chat, just not when anybody's paying attention. Only when it's just me and I'm like, you see, I'm watching a video. I'll pause. And he chit chats, and then he walks away. He stops talking. I turn my video on, and then he turns and he goes, "Oh!" And so I turn my video off, and he chit chats, and then he stops, and he turns away and walks away, and I start I'm respectful. I'll pause the video for you, but you don't get it all out at once.
No,
and then by the fourth time, he realizes what's happening, and so he then just keeps doing it because there's all of these allegations of me being a brat. But let me tell you, the biggest fucking brat around here is named John Brownstone.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean.
So I'm going to scroll through and see if... Okay. Chit chat, man. Chit chat.
What?
She said submissively.
Yeah, I have to admit, with the Monday video with the no audio, that was kind of on me. I was so excited having this new computer set up, I didn't go through all the settings on everything to make sure it was set right. It's just nice to have a computer that works.
Thank you, Silent. Silent's such a good moderator.
Mm-hmm.
Jack asked, what's the line between angry topping and topping when you're angry for stress relief? That's a you question, my friend.
Mm-hmm. I think there, I think what, at least the way I'm seeing the question, and there is a difference between being angry and taking said anger out on somebody.
Sure.
Okay, so that's two different things. She forced me. She twisted my arm. No, she didn't. After my sister passed away, she suggested we go to the club and do a scene. Mm-hmm. And we did.
To relieve stress.
Yep.
That was
Yep.
the thinking behind it.
Yep. I was running gamut of a whole lot of emotions at that time. And we went, and we played, had a good time, but also I got to a point in the scene where I was like, I need to stop. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm too close to where I shouldn't be, and I need to stop.
Did it feel like you were at the edge of a loss of control, or
Yeah.
that your emotions were?
No, I had a loss of control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fine line, and I think it's gonna be different for everybody. I would say automatically, if you are angry at the person, you're definitely not topping them at that point until your anger is under control.
Right.
And you're at a point where you're level-headed and you can do the I don't like what you did, but we're okay kind of thing. Yeah. If you are angry in general, and I would communicate that with a partner, because they might not feel comfortable and they should be able to consent to that or not. You're like, I've had a rough day. I'm angry at this situation. I'd like to just do some stress relief. That's for full informed consent for a partner. I would put that out there for them. Give them the option to say, yeah, I'm not down for this. Catch me when you're chill again. Right. But you have to know yourself, and you have to be brutally honest with yourself. And that's really hard for a lot of people to do. You have to be able to go, okay, I know how I can get when I'm angry, or I know that it's hard for me to stop myself at some point because of, like, you gotta be really real with yourself. Like, but the desire to relieve the stress, to try to help yourself feel better, I think that's fine. I think it also, it's important that you're emotionally regulated, to recognize that you are angry and to be able to rationally think about, I am angry and here's why and whatever. That's a different, I don't know, I can't think of the word I want. That's different than raging. That's different than your thoughts are literally racing, your body's basically vibrating, and you're like, who can I hit right now? I'm not recommending any level of play with that. But if you're able to be calm in your own mind and body with your anger, probably, maybe. I think it's fine to err on the side of caution until you know yourself in play as a top or whatever, even better, But yeah, let your partner know what the hell you're trying to do so that they can fully consent and they understand what's going on. Because what if you do get carried away and they're like, wow, maybe we're just going extra hard. Well, if they know and they know what is happening, they might safe word earlier than they would have otherwise.
I mean, that definitely falls under risk-aware consensual kink.
For my fellow anxious people, I think it's completely valid if you're like, never, I'm not doing that with anybody. I think that's fine. There was a time I probably wouldn't have done it with JB because of my own anxieties and concerns and my personal risk assessment and what I am okay with and not. And then there came a point where I was like, this man on his worst day still has enough self-control, we're good. Because what goes on with him, with JB, is that he knows himself well enough to go, I'm not in a state of mind to play at all. Mm-hmm. I might be speaking calmly to you and I might be able to stay emotionally regulated right now, but nope, don't put an implement in my hand and let me swing.
Inside is Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And, that is an understanding of self that you need to have. And if you don't know that you have it yet, that's a place to start focusing your own self-education on, and just to avoid the risk altogether, possibly. But so Lexi has a question. Thank you, Lexi. What is your advice for a sub who wants to support their dom when they're going through a rough time? My D is going through a lot and I want to support him, but he has a hard time accepting help. Oh, I think that's probably a dom thing, regardless of any identity, gender, anything. I think all y'all struggle with that. To some extent. So here's the thing. It's the most cliche thing of all. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. All you can do is offer. First of all, that's all you can do is offer. If they will not accept the help you're offering, the support you're offering, you gotta let them not accept it. Now, depending on the nature of your power exchange, and do y'all live together? Do y'all spend a lot of time together? Do you see each other frequently? What kind of things do you do as a sub? What I do for JB is I amp up the service. I look around at his life and go, what would he let me do without me asking? Because that's the thing. I'm going to take away a barrier of, if he's going through it and I'm constantly coming to him going, can I do this? Can I do that? I've just added a stressor. But if we have the connection we have, I can look at his life and go, oh, I'll put that laundry up today. Oh, I'll just run that load for him. Oh, I'll deal with dishes. And I'll either tell him so he doesn't start it, or I'll just do it when he's off doing other things. And, but I know those things are safe for me to just do without his permission. And, you think about who your dom is and what adds to their stress levels, what they will and will not accept from you as their submissive. And you kind of go from there. But if the only thing you can do is offer your support and remind them that you're there for them, and they're still not giving into that, you can't control that. I like to think of myself as a soft place for JB to land. So sometimes I can't help but bring stressful things to him because it's the nature of life, right? We got to have the hard conversation about something. The other day I needed to tell him something that I knew he wasn't going to like, and I basically said, I'm not having this conversation with you while you are still sober. I'm going to need you to just light it up. But it's, I get that desire to do what you can to help. When you care about somebody, regardless of role, you don't want them to be suffering. You don't want them to be going through it. You want to help. But depending on the type of person they are, sometimes there's only so much you can do. What do you find helps you, or that I do that works for you?
Well,
because you are a stubborn human being.
I get it from Lola.
Whatever.
I know I am stubborn about accepting help. Okay, and when you started talking about how when I'm off doing something, you'll go ahead and do the thing, and more times than not, I'm like, well, okay, thank you for doing that.
Yeah. You're gracious in it.
Yeah.
There have been a couple of times I've gone, I'm just going to handle that for you. And you just go, oh, thank God. I didn't want to have to do that.
That is true.
So.
Yeah. So, I may grump and grouse.
Oh, so much grumping, so much grousing.
But all in all, I just...
You've learned to be more gracious with it. You're still really bad at asking. You will not ask for help when you are...
And see,
when you're...
For me, that is something that came from the fact that many times I was not getting help, even if
Sure.
I wanted it.
Sure. Yeah, and I have that problem myself. If I need help, I'm not real quick to ask for it. I just you and I both will try to white knuckle through whatever.
Yeah.
But there's there's different vibes when it's just you have a lot going on and you're a little overwhelmed versus there's bad shit going on and you are just trying to cope and get through. You having a lot going on, it's easy. I just go, I'll pick up this slack, I'll do this, whatever. Yeah. When it's an emotional thing and there's no real fixing it, there's nothing, time will be the only thing, right? Or decisions other people make that none of us have any control over will be the only thing that help. Then it's just more, I tend to lean more into probably my nicer submissive side. I'm probably more deferential because I've learned about you what will really fuck you up is when you feel out of control.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, what can I do to give some control back? Like without stressing you out. And so every situation is a little bit different, but I look for ways that I can help that don't add to his mental load. But that has to work within our dynamic, right?
Yeah.
I have a lot of autonomy in our dynamic, so I can do those kinds of things. And then I am still sassy and snarky, but I have gotten better at picking my moments.
That you have.
Sometimes I used to think it was a good moment. It was not a good moment. Because what I'm trying to do when I'm being sassy like that is get him to laugh, get him to have a lighter moment, right? And then the other thing that I've learned to do is to offer up things we can do that I know he enjoys. It's like, hey, when was the last time you played Terraria? Or, hey, do you want to watch that show together? Or whatever the things I know that he enjoys doing or we enjoy doing together that don't require effort, that can take his mind off of whatever for even a small amount of time that he may find pleasure in. I will offer those things up as sort of a reminder of, hey, there are things, that aren't all bad, and maybe let's go look at that for a minute, But it's trial and error. I mean, God, we've been together almost 13 years.
Yeah.
Lived together almost 12. What's time? Does time even have a meaning? It's all over a fucking decade. And so this has been a slow process. Used to be I tried to fix things. We have a whole episode on being a fixer. Or whatever.
Yep.
And that got me into trouble because that was too bossy. I don't fix things with a submissive air. Okay. I would take charge kind of bitch and I'll get shit done.
Like a bulldozer.
Oh yeah, get the fuck out of my way. I got shit to do. So, yeah. So.
Anywho.
Lexi Bun follows up with, in my case, we don't live together, so I'm very limited in things. And he's stubborn too. I think they all are. He keeps saying he just wants me to be there. I think we discount what that can mean for somebody. Just knowing that a person that cares about you and you care about will listen if you happen to have something to say, is there to just be that person that you're like, I really care about this person. I'm so glad they're like sitting by my side or they're on the phone with me or they're whatever, right? I think too many of us, all roles, all people, really want to try and make something better. And we discount the fact that sometimes our presence really is enough. Because, JB does not do well when he's on his own and miserable. So, I've got Ella in my arms.
I see that. She's just been she's just been around today and looking for pets and comfort, I guess.
I know. And, I'm going to give it to her because while she's being held and petted like the baby she is, she's not pissing on things she's not supposed to pee on.
That is true. That is very true.
Oh, my God.
True.
Oh, my God. We have yet another room we have to close off.
Yeah.
So Ella doesn't pee on it. I am so tired of cleaning up pee, y'all. I'm so tired of it. I really don't think all of it is her urinary stuff. I think some of it is, God bless her, she's a bitch from hell. And if she does not like her living conditions,
she lets you know.
know.
She will let you know.
See, what I think she genuinely wants is to have her litter box be filled with cloud and soft things only. None of this, like, hard or gritty or this or that litter. No, not for her dainty toe beans. And I'm sorry, I can't let you just pee on bath mats because they're soft.
Right.
Alice asks if she'll purr into the mic again. I don't know, will you? I'll get you close without pissing you off. Okay, I pissed her off enough. So, yeah, this evening after the stream is over, the oldest...
Road trip.
The oldest has a brass band concert. Oh, I saw him over the weekend because I needed to bring him his prescription. He gets that filled here. Oh, not on the keyboard, ma'am. He gets that filled here in his hometown instead of college town because of some weird thing the pharmacy required. It was weird. And it's because of the specific medication. So it gives me an opportunity to go see him. And I asked him, I was like, you got 2 concerts back to back. And we are too old to do 2 nights of this running back and forth for your concerts. I was like, which would you prefer? And he's like, brass band? I said, look, I have to ask. I said, what if you had a solo in this other one? He was like, I wouldn't. And even then, I still wouldn't care. Go to brass band. I was like, okay, we'll go to brass band. Which is my preferred. It's a smaller audience. It's more relaxed. The conductor of the concert he had last night will not allow them to open the doors until a very specific time, like 10 after 7 or something. So if you get there early trying to avoid the crowd, you are just waiting there. The conductor of the concert for tonight is so laid back. She's like, you can come on in while we're warming up and rehearsing. We don't care. I'm just like, I just want to get a seat in the exact section I like with minimal amount of strange people around me. I mean, did we have to wait till this child's, was it just this school year, his junior year, we got this right? The way the auditorium is, there's the middle of the auditorium, really long rows, people around you for fucking days. And then on the side of the auditorium, there's rows of 4. And we are 3. And it's only in the most packed concerts, which only happens once a year, that somebody sits in that 4th seat. Right. Every other concert is just the 3 of us, just chilling in our little row, no strangers sitting next to us. Oh my gosh. So,
excuse me.
Nikita asked, are there such things as trial dynamics? And when do you recommend trying that out?
You know, I haven't thought of that in a long time, but, you know, kind of there is in a sense. Used to be talked about a lot back in the day when I first came into the community, where someone would be what they called under consideration.
Yes. I remember that.
Okay. You know, they'd be under consideration to be your sub. They'd be under consideration for collaring.
Yeah, and it was all my experience of seeing it. It was always under the dom's consideration.
Yes.
I would sometimes hear people talk about it in a way that I appreciated, which was we are under each other's consideration, but the dom is kind of technically in charge. Sort of they would go through kind of this trial with one another, and then after a certain amount of time, whatever time they had pre-negotiated, they'd sit down and go, how do we both feel about this? But there was always a certain layer, a certain class of dom.
Yeah.
They have to prove themselves to me for me to be their dom, which that is true, but there was never and I have to prove myself.
But it works both ways,
right,
really. Yeah.
Right. So, should you, I mean, if you want to, if that, you know, and my thing is always, whenever you choose to do anything, in this case, a trial dynamic, is to make sure you understand why and what purpose it serves. Is it a trial dynamic to see if this specific type of dynamic works for you? Or is it this specific partner, or the fact that, okay, I'm with this partner, we're going to experiment with power exchange? You know, that's cool. Is it the under consideration kind of vibe? You know, for me, I know my personality. I know how I am with relationships. That's not something that would ever work for me under probably any circumstance, other than I'm already in this relationship and we want to experiment with different ways of doing a dynamic. Yeah, I could do that. If it's what you need to help you feel secure in whatever decision you're making about a partner, the dynamic you want to be in in general, and or with a specific partner, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it needs to be negotiated like anything else. How long? What are the parameters? What will both partners do? How will they behave? What is this that you're trying to accomplish? You know, but if that offers some comfort and helps you feel like you're able to make a decision for yourself, I would say go for it.
I mean, it's you know, doing something like that, it's a personal decision. There's, you know, again, there's no manual that says, you know, this is how it's done. You do it however works for you. And, you know, yeah, that's, you know,
So, what else is going on with you?
What else is going on
Feel
with
free
me?
for anybody watching if you want to do a question.
Well, my days have been kind of broken up this week. And I have been, you know, I think anytime you have anything you do, really, you know, whether it's a wood shop or any kind of, it's like an ongoing thing. I just worked on tweaking the dust collection in the tiny shop. And then today what I was working on, this was an unexpected, the big dust collector in the garage sprung a leak.
Yeah, it's not supposed to do that.
Nope.
Okay, Ella.
So found what I needed to get, ordered the parts. They'll be here Saturday. And today I took the stupid thing all apart. Cleaned it and have it all ready so that way when the parts show up, hopefully just throw it on and can start milling wood again.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to.
Yes, we
The
do.
only reason we could restock paddles is we had milled the wood before Christmas.
Right.
We have a question from
Okay.
Enchanted Wings. Hi, Enchanted Wings. Any tips for being in class with an ex-partner who still wants most of the physical affection we had in our past relationship? Well, I guess it depends on what you want.
Right.
If you don't want any of that, you're going to have to communicate very firm boundaries. And then report to whoever is kind of the authority in that place if they violate those boundaries. If you want it, then I still think there's probably needs to be a conversation to sort of negotiate what that looks like.
Yeah.
But if you express that what you do or don't want and they do not abide by it, you know, hopefully there is somebody in that space who can, you know, the rules have been laid out clearly. I'm thinking of a kink space, right? And will remove somebody if they cannot behave. I hesitate to tell somebody to remove themselves because that's not fair. You shouldn't have to give up something because somebody else, you know, is shitty. But sometimes, depending on the place and what the people in charge are willing to do or are not willing to do, you have to do that. So I think it depends on the situation. If you do not want their physical affection,
Right.
say that.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you set the boundaries. Those are your boundaries. So whatever that means to you in this case, it's up to you to set those boundaries.
Right, and hopefully they will respect those boundaries.
Right.
And, you know, if you can coordinate it and you don't want to be around them and you don't want that affection from them, you know, sit in a different location if you can. Again, I hate having to tell somebody who is being bothered that they need to change their behavior. Like, that sucks. It should be the person doing the bothering. If it's awkward in the sense of, this is just weird, but not unwanted necessarily, I still just have a conversation. And to the extent of like, this is weird, right? Yeah, maybe they agree, maybe they get it, maybe they don't. You know, but think about what you want and then focus on that. Who cares if it pisses that person off or they don't like it or that might be your thing to have to deal with, but it is not your problem. Those are their emotions and but I hope that there's somebody in that location who can handle things if they don't respect your boundaries.
Yeah.
So.
And she kind of follows up, set some boundaries, but it's vanilla class. We know each other from kink spaces. It doesn't matter if it's a vanilla class, doesn't matter if it's a grocery store, okay? Still, those boundaries should still be respected.
But think about what you want, not what will, don't worry about hurting feelings or disappointing somebody. If you're okay with being around them, but it's like that funny ha-ha awkward, cool. To respect both y'all's privacies, I would not talk about your connection in that space, maybe on a break, right? In the parking lot. Oh my gosh, isn't this weird that we see there and here? And acknowledge it. I think things get way more awkward when everybody pretends it's not happening. But if it's awkward in the, ooh, I'm feeling kind of gross and weird now, that's when, calls for a little bit more. So, Tayshu asks, how's the rollout for the Thumper going? Looking forward to using mine. We are sold out. Yep. We are sold out.
Back to the shop for me.
Yeah. Yeah, at least that was one that doesn't require you milling any wood. We've already got.
I've got, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm grateful that other people see what I see in the Thumper. I hope everybody else enjoys it the way that I enjoy it. But yeah, we sold by. Okay, so the sale started Friday. I was still processing weekend orders yesterday on Tuesday, which that is unusual. Normally, whatever comes in over the weekend, I've dealt with them on Monday, and there were too damn many, which is a great problem to have. So I was finishing up by Tuesday. And Tuesday, that's when I knew they were sold out. They could have sold out on Monday, but I didn't see the order come through. So we didn't exactly have like 50 of them, it's, but yeah, the Thumper sold out and sold faster than our diabolical sticks.
Yeah.
And that's a strange thing to experience, because usually the diabolical sticks, they're gone in a weekend. So for anybody who's like, oh, I bet they don't have any more Lego diabolical sticks. Yes, the hell we do. Feel free to go shop. TheKinkry.com. So.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Yeah. Oh, and Channel Wings follows up. Funny, haha, awkward at times. He sometimes mentions the things he's planning for an event at break. So here's the thing I would keep in mind. There's nothing wrong with y'all chit-chatting about that if you are comfortable. But if you are in mixed company and that's what's being talked about and you're concerned somebody might overhear, that's a boundary to set of, hey, I'm happy to talk about this with you, but I don't want to talk about it in here. Let's talk about it when there's nobody else around. So just, But I still remember the first time I saw a kink friend in the parking lot of the grocery store, and I lost all chill. Like, I completely forgot that until you both acknowledge one another, if one of you pretends they don't see you, then that is the rule of, we're not having this conversation. I'm living my own life, and I'm not mixing kink and vanilla spaces.
There are people who, outside of their kink life, they do not want to be approached.
Yeah, almost forgot myself. I was so excited because somebody I genuinely liked. I was so excited to see her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was way better at the pretending we don't exist thing. So it's fine. So yeah. Oh, Lola went to the eye doctor on Monday.
Yes.
She does not need her antibiotic anymore.
Nope.
We are on watch for if her eye gets all weird again. But as long as everything stays stable,
right,
we can we
Yep.
can wait for like 3 and 6 month follow-ups. And apparently JB got an A+ in doing what the vet tells you to do, because the vet was like, look, I'm setting this follow-up for 3 months, but if she's completely good in 3 months, I trust you to do what you're supposed to do. You can call and ask for a 6 month follow-up instead of a 3 month follow-up. So you don't have to bring her in here for nothing. And I was like, JB got the gold star from the vet.
Right.
You won at the vet.
I guess I did. I didn't even think about it. I mean, I did what I had to do for the girl.
Mm-hmm. I know. And I know I would do what needed to be done, but you are way more consistent and focused than I am. So I'm glad it's you.
Well, I had to create a whole thing around it.
Yeah, you did.
To remember.
Yeah, you did.
Because like what I had to do at breakfast, noon, and then dinner, she'd get 2 drops.
Mm-hmm. And they had to be timed 20 minutes apart.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I had to do all that, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it, and I got better.
And I got better.
Yep.
Knox says in live chat, I'm so infrequently in vanilla spaces that I accidentally introduced myself as my scene name in a coffee shop the other day. I will have you know, I live my life more as Kayla Lords than I do insert legal name here. I have to like consciously remind myself, this is not a Kayla Lord space. Say your legal name. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So for anybody who's ever like, what are the Friday night live streams like? This, but more higher energy and more chaotic. But this. Also, on Friday nights, we do tend to talk more about food, movies and TV shows.
Bacon.
There's only one correct type of bacon. I watched a reel yesterday, and I immediately liked this person. I should have followed, but I do not follow quickly. I'm very selective in my following on social media. But I guess he's a chef, and he and his partner and somebody else that was there went to this diner, and the whole thing was, they were like, okay, do you have regulars here? And the server's like, yeah, we do. Okay, I want the meal that you're happiest, most cheerful, y'all love to see this regular come in. What is their normal order? And they went, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then he went, and I want also, who's your grumpiest? Who's your like, just, they're not mean, they're not bad, but they're not cheerful. They're your grumpiest. I feel like I would be classified as a grumpy one. I want their order too. I want to see the difference. The grumpiest one likes his bacon so crisp that it crunches and falls apart upon touching it. I went, and loves home fries and wants like soft cooked eggs. I went, oh my God, I am the grumpiest person in the diner. But yeah, he said, he was like, oh my gosh, this is so crispy. And even the chef who was doing this little real thing went, I prefer crispy is the only correct way, because it is. And he was like, listen to how crispy. And he takes this bacon and he gets real close up to his mic and he crunches. And I was like, well, now I want some damn bacon. So, yeah, it was funny. Apparently the happiest person, the one that's just like the lights up the space, gets a blueberry pancake with eggs and bacon. And I was like, give me the potatoes and the really crunchy bacon. I feel like that fits better for me. We used to have all kinds of really good diners to go to when we lived in the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
Had some really good local ones. And we have a couple here, but it's just not the diner experience that, first of all, it's not the diner experience of 20, 30, 40 years ago, which of course it's not, is anything these days. The one that is actually really close to us, since we've lived here, they've been bought and sold at least once, maybe more than that. They're kind of inconsistent. Some days it's freaking amazing, and I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever had. And some days I'm like, is this sausage gravy or is this paper mache paste? What are we eating here, and what did you do to the biscuit? See, like, to me, the diner experience, I recognize it'll never be as cheap as it used to be, which is very sad, because nothing will be as cheap as it used to be. But, like, if I'm going to a diner, a greasy diner, those better be some of the best biscuits I've ever had in my fucking life, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just...
I mean, to me, the closest place, I think, is the one that's fairly close here.
Right, the one
Yeah.
I was just saying. But they're inconsistent. I did sausage gravy, and that was the grossest sausage gravy I've ever had, and the hardest biscuit. I think that's when I went with my mom. You weren't there for that one.
Okay, no.
But you were there for when both of us went, is this a biscuit?
Well, yeah.
And in the South, I am judging you on your biscuits. I just am. I don't have high expectations once, like, we're north, and I guess west of the Mason-Dixon line. Like, I get it. We crossed the Mississippi. I'm not judging quite as much. But in the South, a diner? Those biscuits should be so light and fluffy they're floating through the fucking air, and I'm picking them out of the atmosphere, okay? Just... what is even happening?
But then again, then you have somewhere like Todd and Shelley's where you're never disappointed.
They are really good. Okay, so they used to be a place we went maybe once a year. And that's a very diner-esque experience, but it's elevated. So their thing is not really diner food, it's these hotcakes that taste like a dessert, the specialty hotcakes. So it used to be we went there like once, and then we didn't go there for like 2 years, and then it was like 6 months, and it was really rare and special to go, and so I always got a specialty hotcake and just had dessert for breakfast, and it was delicious. Then we went so often that I finally went, oh my gosh, I think next time we come, I need to try something else on their menu. I've literally never had anything
other than the
I had a
hotcakes.
BLT the first time, because I was like, I don't know about this hotcake business. And then after that, I've only ever had hotcake. I've not had anything, not a thing else on their menu.
Well, see, I was like you the first time I was there, and I just had the biscuits and gravy. Mm-hmm. And that was just like, boom,
Yeah.
so good.
Now, I do want to try their biscuits and gravy, but they've had moments. I've seen their biscuits they're not always top tier, and I guess it probably depends on who you got back there, you know. I get it. But I will say their hotcakes at Todd and Shelley's are always immaculate. They're so good.
These hotcakes, they're like that big around.
For podcast listeners who could not see a screen, I would say the diameter across is probably 6 to 7 inches across.
And they're easily an inch.
Sometimes 1.5 inches thick, yeah. Oh, they're so good.
And they are so good.
And we get the specialty one, so it comes with toppings. So there's the cinnamon roll one, which is my favorite. It's cinnamon and butter and the frosting. Oh, it's so good. There's a brown sugar one.
Yep.
There's a caramel apple one.
That's good.
Yeah, that one's good. And of course, they've got blueberry and what was another one you got? Was it raspberry swirl? Is that what you got? They got like a banana one.
All
They've got a cookies and cream one. I'm like, okay, that for me, that's too much. That's too much dessert with my breakfast.
And you know, they are so good. But they're rich. They are so rich. But they're so good. Oh.
So that one is a good place to go. They're not close, and they really do need to be reserved for special treats.
Yeah.
They were doing an early bird special. And we kept saying, we should go, because it was cheap. It was like, it felt like diner cheap, right? And I was like, us getting away at 7 o'clock in the morning for breakfast would be so much easier than a lunch date or even a dinner date. We should do that at some point. And then we didn't, because that's how things go. And then JB had, was it your MRI?
Yeah. It was like a ridiculously early in the morning.
Or 6 a.m. or whatever MRI.
6. It was 6 a.m. Yeah.
So it finishes up, and we're like, oh my God, we're so hungry. And we're like, what do we want to eat? And one of us was like, Todd and Shelley's is like a block away from where the testing place was.
Yep.
And we walk in time for their early bird special, 100% order from their early bird, to find out it was the last day
they were doing
it because it had not been a success. They were not pulling in people.
Yeah.
Shelley of Todd and Shelley's was like, sometimes my first customer's not till 9:30. I am not doing this anymore. And I'm like, no, ma'am, you shouldn't. So, but But good diner food. See, when I was a kid, my dad's thing when we would travel anywhere, if we had to go on the interstate, which was very rare, we did not travel like that very often, was truck stops. Because that was back then, that was cheap, and the plates were massive, and the portions were massissive because
And the food was damn good.
Oh my God, it was all cooked, I'm sure, in lard, and it was so good. It was so good.
Yep.
I have, even when I've tried to find places to stop, I have not had anything like that since the 90s was the last time I had a true like truck stop meal experience. And yeah, it was some good shit.
Yeah, I don't know if it still exists. The last time I was up in New York, in the town where I went to school, a place called Millbrook Diner. And it was actually one of those like a trailer, the silver.
Oh yeah, like the old timey diner, like
yes.
diner.
Yes, that's what.
Okay.
And the last time I was up there, and no, it wasn't last year. It was the time before that. I was actually up there for a fun trip. It still existed.
Oh wow.
It still existed.
That's nice.
And I went in there, and the one thing that changed, this diner always, had the you slide into the booth, and there's the little jukebox machine there.
Oh wow, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And you put your quarter in, and you flip through. They still have them. They're digital now.
I was going to say,
but they still have them.
It's a debit card now, right?
Yeah, it's digital, but they are still there.
That's the
building itself still looks
cool.
the same too.
I have to say, the first time I saw a jukebox, a full size one that uses like debit card, I went, I am an old lady. What is even happening here? Oh my God, I'm officially old. You know what? I'm good with vending machines, taking like debit card, credit card, whatever. I'm pretty sure it probably helps speed up the price increase because whatever. Like I'm cool with that because a lot of people just don't carry cash, and it's fine for anything to be electronic like that and digital like that. But it's just the jukebox experience.
Yeah.
I'm an old lady. I'm officially an old lady.
It's silent for me that it does still exist.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Maybe one day you'll get me that far north.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet. Furthest north I've ever been is Baltimore, Maryland. And it snowed on me that day. It's only there for a little bit. And when I say snow, I mean like it touched me and it melted immediately, but still. I stand in front of this hotel we were supposed to be walking into and stand and look up and let the little speckles of snow hit my face. Sure I did, because I'd never had that experience. Now, there was a place we thought might become like our diner. Because, see, when we lived in the Tampa Bay area, we had a few restaurants, diner-like restaurants we liked to go to, but we had a diner. That's where we went. We were trying to find that here where we live now, and there was a place that it could have been. It was good food. We went and we had a good breakfast there one day, and we went a second time. We're like, okay, this is good. And then like the next time we wanted to go, they'd been shut down, I believe, by the health department. And then we were talking to family who's lived here for like forever, and they're like, oh yeah, that place gets shut down by the health department all the time. And I'm like, what have I walked into?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It took me a minute to think that the place, we drove up and everything was shut down one day.
Yeah, I was just shuddered. I was like, because we drove up going, oh, wow, is there not going to be a wait this time?
Right?
Close.
Yeah, no. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, I used to hang out at that place after used to stay after school for after school programs.
So you weren't really doing after school programs.
No.
You were just telling your parents so they would leave you the hell alone. You could do what you wanted for a few hours till you had to go home.
Right. So
well, I didn't learn that trick till I was 17 because I'm a dumbass.
So, stay and then go downtown, hang out either at the general store or the diner, and then go back to school in time to catch the bus.
See, that's because you were a hooligan. You were doing all kinds of shit you shouldn't have been doing at too young of an age. See, I was the goody two-shoes who was like, oh, I'm staying after school because I have like 5 club meetings that I have to go to, plus something to practice, and there's something else, and blah, blah, blah. I was in my senior year of high school before I finally got the opportunity and had the intelligence to go, oh yeah, I'm working an extra shift tonight at my job, or I'm working a double, which is overnight. I'll see you in the morning. I was out running those fucking roads.
Zon goes, oh wow, so the place is ancient. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Jamie went there when he was a kid. You know, Tayshu, the health departments just don't have any, like, vision. Tayshu says, my favorite Thai food place was closed by the health district. It turned out the cooks were traditional grandmas dressing in robes and nightgowns with flip-flops. Rollers and nightgowns with flip-flops.
Oh, wow.
I bet that was the best fucking food, though.
Right?
Like, sure, it was not, like, maybe to the health department standard, but I bet it was immaculately good.
Look at the nonas we got at the bakery by us here.
Oh my God. Oh God. So the Italian bakery, we love it. It's very good. I still want to try one of their cakes at some point because they bake cakes and decorate them or whatever. You do not go in there for a quick, I'm just going to get a loaf of fresh baked bread and leave. You are there for a while. Sometimes it's because there's a line, and sometimes it's because their expertise is in cooking the food and telling their kids and grandkids who have been forced to work there to shut the hell up and get back to work. Efficiency and customer service? No. But that's not why any of us are there anyway. No, I've watched them before go back and forth and back and forth and I have a lot of empathy. Forget what they were doing in the middle, and I'm just like, oh gosh.
Yeah,
but you know what? The food's so fucking good. None of us are complaining.
No, it is delicious.
Not one of us. And it's a working bakery, so it is always hot as shit when you walk in there. When I was at like all of the hot flashes all of the time, I got nauseous in there one time because it was just warm in general. It was summertime in Florida, and then I lit up from within and was like, I'm going to die in this bakery. And we still stood there and waited for our break.
And it's not pretty.
No, God, no, it's not pretty.
It's not this, pretty dressed up fancy place. It's been around a hot minute.
I bet it was beautiful for the time when it was new.
Yeah.
Because you can see where they painted murals on the walls of different parts of Italy and whatever. But
yeah.
I mean, it's some good fucking food though.
Oh, man.
We did learn the lesson of we went a couple days before Christmas because we were doing sort of air quote Italian kind of Christmas dinner. And we wanted to get cannolis and we wanted to get bread and blah, blah, blah. And we did learn the lesson of we should have called and ordered it. So we just had to go pick it up.
Yep.
So we got lucky. They had extra.
And they, we always managed to get a loaf of bread from them. But it's basically been just the regular Italian bread. But they also do rye bread. They do marble.
We still haven't gotten any of that.
Pumpernickel. The only way you're getting those, you have to order it. You have to call up and say, on this day, I want X amount of this and that loaf, and I can't figure out how they're making money because it does not feel expensive, and you spend $8. I think it's 8, might be 10, but you spend this minimum amount and you are getting a free thing of bread. Yeah. And it's not day old bread either. It could be fresh bread. Yeah. I'm like, you're giving so much bread away. One time we came out of there with pizza dough.
Which was really good.
Bought several loaves of bread, and they were like, here, it's pizza dough.
We bought the cannolis, and we bought, I think, something else, and we bought a specific, like, baguette thing we wanted. And all of that, they're like, oh, well, you can have 1 or 2, like, 2 things of bread because of this purchase and that purchase. And I'm like, well, I'm going to fucking take it because this is the best fucking bread I've ever eaten. But I'm just in my head going, how?
And then we get home just ripping these baguettes apart and just ripping into them. And
everybody every one of us gets caught at some point in the kitchen. And I say, including the 16-year-old, like a raccoon. Just shoving bread in our faces in a dark kitchen, not offering to slice a piece for anybody else. It is every person for themselves with this bread. It's so good.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
So, I'm not one to usually do this, but if you'll give me 3 more minutes, because you know me, I love a number that ends in a 5, I'll be willing to be done. Our clock says it's 4:12. The delay and the lag, I don't know what time it'll be by the time you hear me say that. But 3 minutes, and then we shall be done for the day. As far as I know, as long as everything stays stable in our lives, we'll be here Friday night. 8 p.m. Eastern. It used to be a later time. It's an earlier time now because we are old people. I do keep forgetting. Like, I type it out right, and then when I start thinking about the Friday night live stream, my brain goes to...
We haven't done it enough at that time.
We've only done it once at that time. If anybody keeps count on calendars of, like, wait, you would not normally do your Friday night live stream at this point in the month, we are traveling next weekend.
Yeah.
And... that'll be a very long weekend. We have an overnight stay in Virginia. We're literally flying in the evening of the 18th, flying home the night of the 19th. Basically, we'll pull into our own driveway at probably 2 a.m. On Saturday the 20th or 21st. And then at 6 o'clock on the 22nd, at least one of us needs to be in Gainesville because the oldest is doing a big recital thing. And I said, I'll be there. I don't know if anybody else will be with me, but one of us will be there for you. Oh, that will be a very long weekend.
Yeah, it will.
So,
yeah, it will.
But it'll be good all the way around. There'll be some stress and we'll be exhausted, but and Lola's going to go stay at boarding for the first time since we've had her. And get the luxury treatment. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we moved everything for this month. I did not mean to bookend Valentine's Day with stuff for us, because in our Patreon we have our game night on Sunday the 15th. We don't have any plans for Valentine's Day. We don't go out on Valentine's Day. We're not doing it to ourselves.
Never have.
No.
Never will.
But we haven't had a real date night in
in a while. Yeah.
So maybe at the end of the month, find time, get through Valentine's weekend when I'm not leaving this house, and then our travel.
You know, I'm going to make a suggestion, because we've had a certain gift card for over a year now, and we cannot coordinate getting everybody we want.
No.
So I think, I think it's time.
Yeah.
It's time, and
it's time to actually use.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Christmas family restaurant gift card.
Yeah.
Christmas 2024.
Yeah.
Okay, it is 4:15 by our clock.
Okay.
So we are going to go. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for indulging me in not at all a topic. Thanks to the folks who had questions in the live chat. Yeah, so we appreciate y'all. Thekinkery.com. Having a sale. Patreon.com/Kayla Lords. Come be part of our community. Try to support your local, state, whatever, anti-LGBTQ plus groups, legislative groups. Your Equality Florida, your Georgia Equality, your Virginia Equality, those places. Try to support them if you can. And we're going to go. Okay. Bye.
Bye.